Hello everybody, welcome back to That's Football. Here we go, Christmas fixtures, it's all on the go on That's Football, and we've got, what, 5, 6, 3 o'clock games going off. Arsenal need to respond after Man City's win at Forest. They're at home to Brighton. And also Liverpool need the 3 points. They should get them at home to Wolves. But it's not just about that. Brentford play Bournemouth. Burnley with a big game at home against Everton. They need the points at the bottom, as do West Ham, who are hosting Fulham. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3 o'clock games. And of course, we're doing Chelsea against Aston Villa. But this is what it's all about. The Santa hats, people getting out the arse for a bit of Christmas football. Tune in and get involved as always. And please do share the video. Thank you. Are we actually live here? Because, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are live. Good. Hope Arsenal get the 3 points, says Ayan. I think there'll be a lot of people, there'll be a lot of people wanting Arsenal to win. There'll be a lot of people not wanting it. It's going to be very interesting to see how Arsenal line up today, though, because there's no natural right back in the team that they've picked. Some are saying that Declan Rice could be playing at right back. There's certainly no Timber. There's no Ben White. They have it as Rice at right back on most lineup predictors, with Saliba, Hincapié, Lewis Skelly, Moreno, Zubamendi, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres and Trossard. Brighton lining up for Bruggen, Van Heck, Dunk, Coppola, Kadioglu, Ayari, Hinchelwood, De Cooper, Gruda, Gomez and Rutter. Obviously, they're missing a couple of players, Baleba being one of those because he is away at the AFCON. So we must always consider that as well when we are looking ahead to these games, who's there and who's not. But that's the top of the table as it stands. Manchester City obviously top by a point, but Arsenal would go back top if they were to win this game. And I've got to say, this should be a good game of football. It should be a good game of football because Arsenal, obviously, very used to playing against teams that park the bus. But Brighton, they don't do that. I mean, I like playing Brighton when they come to Old Trafford because they're like Bournemouth. They come and have a go. So hopefully that means that we'll get a more open game. But Arsenal desperately need the points. Obviously, they're playing Villa on Tuesday as well, which will be a very, very big game. We're doing Villa against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge at 5:30. I think Arsenal will win. But look, it's interesting. Me and Robbie do Premier League predictions. I'm sure many of you have watched that. We've both got an Arsenal win. We've both got a Liverpool win. But we are different on a few. He's going with Everton winning at Burnley. I've gone with a draw. We've both gone with the Brentford win against Bournemouth because Brentford at home are very, very good. But then West Ham, he's gone with the draw. I've gone with the West Ham win. So big games down near the bottom. And look, it'd be good if West Ham and Burnley did win. It'd be good from Man United's point of view because Everton, well, I'm not worried about Everton. I'm going to say that as if you'd be bloody worried about Everton. Come on. I mean, they did beat us the other week. Merry Christmas. But no, I think Burnley and West Ham need to start winning. When you look at the bottom of the table, I think it's a big day today. West Ham have got a few home games coming up. And I think in relation to that league table, they, 3 points for Burnley and for West Ham today would just get them within touching distance of Forest and Leeds. But 2 losses, and I think they're starting to get cut adrift because Leeds are picking up the points at the moment, unbeaten in 4. Difficult game for Forest today. They could have got a point out of it, but I think Man City just too strong. There we go. Real 666 Trooper says Yotta's 2 kids are Liverpool mascots today. Look, as we come towards the end of the year, I think it's always important to think about the year that's gone behind us. Everybody starts looking forward to next year, getting down the gym, what they're going to do, what holidays they're going to do, World Cups and everything. It's always good to look at the year that's gone by. And, it's a long year. I think people think the years are, go quick, and they do in some ways, but in the others, I think, we've had Bundesliga rights on here since September. That feels like a long time, but it's only September. We did our 10-year show in Dublin in March. Feels like ages ago. But on a more real, sentimental tragedy, that Jota tragedy in the summer feels a long time ago, doesn't it? And I think it's... obviously a Liverpool football club, any football club isn't going to remember that. But the enormity of that was just, as I said at the time, I can't really remember a prime Premier League player passing in that way. And I think it's impacted us all. And, you know, it certainly impacted Liverpool. So, you know, always a poignant moment when we think about that. Hi, Mark. Do you think Man United missed out on Cherki, says Andy? Oh, can I just say, just bringing it to the football, in relation to Cherki and Manchester United, what's just happened with Semenyo? He's chosen Man City. Why do we get so arrogant that we think Cherki would want to come to Man United over Man City? Oh, let me go to Man United and play in a system that doesn't even accommodate a player like me. Or let's go to Man City where, you know, I'm going to play with some really good players who are very technically good on the ball. I don't think Cherki would even work at Man United, to be honest with you. I think that's why we went for people like Cunha and Mbeumo, who are a little bit more flair and pace, you know. Calafiori injured in the warm-up. I didn't even know that. Wow, didn't even know that. So Lewis Skelly is actually starting this game, not Calafiori. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Lewis Skelly in, Calafiori out. So another injury for Arsenal. Look, what Arsenal have got to do here is we've got to keep an eye on Brighton and see how they get by. Rice is playing at right back. I mean, look, Man City are a new team, but Arsenal are certainly having to deal with Gyökeres. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. I think he's got to score that. I think Gyökeres has got to score that. A long ball over the top. He muscles out the defender, does really well. But I think he's got to score that. He's done the hard work. He's muscled his way in past Dunk, and then it's like a pass back. Should and probably could have been 1-0 to Arsenal there. Big chance for Gyökeres. Did really well, muscling Dunk out, but quite an open game. Arsenal, Merry Christmas. This is Goldbridge's prediction. Brighton will not sit back. They don't change the way they play for anybody. They will play open, and that could be a good Christmas present. Brighton can give everyone a Christmas present today, says BG. Andy, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badge in. Why did Gyökeres pass it to the goalkeeper? I don't know. I don't know. It was an absolutely shit finish. Let's be very, very clear about that. All right, we've got other games to keep you up to date with. There are no goals in the other games at the moment. It's 0-0, but we've only been playing for a couple of minutes. Almost a penalty for Wolves, says Egg. We'll keep an eye on that one. HD says, what was Gyökeres doing? The guy's terrible. But yeah, Brighton play with a high intensity. They play quite open. They leave space at the back. You respect it in one way, but then in another way, Livingston are beating Celtic 1-0. In another way, you don't respect it because you do think, you know what, if Brighton have ever had any aspirations of being in the top 6, sometimes you've got to go away from home and just play a little bit less open. But Arsenal coming down the right-hand side here with Saka. Goes past his man into the box. And a good save by the keeper. It's a good start from Arsenal. They've had a couple of chances in the first 3 minutes. I thought Wolves had scored then. I've got this screen on, Livingston have scored against Celtic, but they're playing in orange. So I thought it was Wolves. Liverpool fans, you can breathe. Lovely play by Saka, though. Just goes past his man like he's not there. Maybe should be looking at the cutback, but I can't see where the cutback is, to be fair. So he's gone for goal. Thanks everyone who's watching. Please do share the video. We've got nearly 6,000 watching. Click that share button, share it on your socials, and please do smash a like on the video as well. Any reason for no Belabus says one and only? Yeah, he's at the AFCON. Ooh, goal kick there. Trossard thought he got it. You look shiny, Mark. I've just had a turkey sandwich. I don't know whether that's changed my complexion in half an hour, but I definitely have. Very nice. I'm going to get fed up of turkey sandwiches soon, though. It's been 2 days now. Ayan says Gyökeres should get a goal today. Kanev makes a good point. Having a 3 p.m. blackout at Christmas when all the EFL games were played yesterday is a joke. Yeah, well, yeah, welcome to England. I thought I thought no Boxing Day games yesterday was atrocious, to be honest with you. I know we got United on the evening, but one game is a bit shit, to be fair. Kieran says, I still haven't recovered from Christmas dinner. You know what I did this year? I prepared for Christmas dinner by eating a lot for the 2 days before, and it obviously helped. Yeah, no goals so far in any game. But look, the interesting thing about the Arsenal-Brighton game is it should be a good spectacle, because normally teams turn up at the Emirates, park the bus, and we're just waiting for a corner or a set piece, aren't we? So hopefully this will be good. Are you going to do the Chelsea-Villa game? You bet, Pete. That's when the alcohol comes out. I was going to start on this game, but I thought, you know what? What I do in my own time at Christmas is down to me. I'm not going to encourage, you know, what I've been doing the last couple of days. I'll start at 5:30. Wolves haven't scored, no. Livingston scored against Celtic and they play in a very similar kit. So the TV flashed it up and I thought for a moment it was Wolves, but it's not. Thanks for your super chat, Pete. You can do that through the $ as well. We'll go through, somebody said, what's your schedule for the next few days? Well, corner to Brighton. It's a very hectic schedule. You've got to pick and choose what you're doing. It's a very busy January on That's Football as well. There are so many bloody games. It's going to be very busy in January and the next few weeks. But look, Gabriel is on the bench for Arsenal, which is a welcome return. For me, he was their player of the year before he got injured. They had an injury to Calafiori in the build-up. He was starting. Timber or White were never on the bench. It was always Declan Rice at right back. So they're having a lot of defensive injuries, Arsenal. Celtic have just equalised against Livingston. 2 goals in the first 7 minutes there. And Brentford are 1-0 up. We've got our first Premier League goal after the afternoon of the 3 o'clock games. Don't be afraid. It's shade. And he's put Bournemouth in the shade here. And if you haven't gone for a Brentford win today at home, then I'm very surprised. Remember, Bournemouth haven't won a Premier League game since October. And Brentford at home are probably one of the best teams in the league. Let me have a quick look. I can't remember. I did look at this stat the other day. So Brentford leading, Kevin Shade with the goal. Brentford are 5th in the league. Sorry, 4th in the league for home form. Bournemouth are doing absolutely crap. Haven't won a game since October. And they're losing 1-0 already. 1-0 to Brentford. Andy Atherton says, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I broke my foot. I fell down the stairs. Done my back in and got electric toenail clippers, so I'm buzzing, literally. There we go, Andy. Hope you rest up, pal. Livingston are winning 2-1. This, I've got Celtic Livingston on. I don't watch Scottish football, but it's, you know, I just thought, well, we're doing the 3 o'clocks, may as well put as much on as we can. 1-0 to Livingston after 3 minutes. So Celtic equalise on 6, and then again, 2-1 after 8 minutes. We'll keep you updated. This is why I like doing the 3 o'clocks, though. Get lots of action. So, yeah, good game, Arsenal, Brighton. Brighton playing that high line, which we predicted they would. Arsenal got to start showing a little bit more confidence. Routine wins against Wolves and Everton. Well, they weren't quite routine, were they? 6 points, but Wolves was shaky. Everton was tight. Brighton, the better team so far. No, not the better team. They've been progressive, but they've not been the better team. That's a nice ball. No, it's not. What's the story? What's the story in Balamori? Oh, shit, what a load of rubbish. What's the story with Mitoma? I thought We played Brighton and he was meant to be back and he wasn't. Has he come back and got injured again? Minte's on the bench as well. I think they've got a decent squad. Brighton. What was the name of that Brighton player that has done his ACL? 2-2 Celtic and Livingston. Oh my God. 4 goals in the first 10 minutes. I reckon Celtic are going to win this about 10-2. What was the net? Solly Marsh. What happened to Solly Marsh? How did you even know that? Tanishq and Jake. What the hell are you on about? What was the name of that Brighton player? And you've got it. I didn't even give you any more than that. What happened to him? He was doing really well. So Matoma's out for a long time as well. Yeah. So Declan Rice bringing this forward. Saka. What happened to Ronnie Pickering, says Edric. Will you be doing the Botswana-Congo watch-along, says Ling. No, I'm not doing AFCON. I don't do Copper America. I'm not going to start pretending to watch tournaments I've never really watched. Sherwin, top 3 Christmas desserts. Thanks for your super chat. Well, I haven't had any Christmas pudding. I'll tell you what my favourite Christmas... I'll tell you what, I don't know whether I have a top 3, but I'll tell you what my favourite Christmas pudding is. I've just had a little bit then with a turkey sandwich. After the turkey sandwich, trifle. Don't eat it any other time of the year, but I love trifle. Traditional trifle. Red jelly, custard, cream. Get in. Crap corner from Arsenal. Still ends up on the roof of the net. Thank you very much for your super chats. Jade says, hi Mark, because of your advice, me and my girlfriend had a great Christmas dinner and even got more gifts in and out of the bed. Thank you so much, though I will still break up with her right after New Year's. Yeah, Jade's been keeping us updated all December. He was thinking about breaking up with his girlfriend before Christmas and he asked for our advice. I think I flippantly said, well, it might be worth waiting until after Christmas because, you know, presents. Then again, a lot of people argue over Christmas. So he decided to go with the presents and has had some action in other areas as well. But he's going to terminate the contract. It's a short-term loan until January the 1st. There is no obligation to buy. There was never indication that she was selling it anyway. Saka shoots over the bar. At what point in recruiting did the United go from he's a United type player to we need to fit them into United type player? Was it during Mourinho's standing bear? I don't know, mate. I think... I don't know because I'm not even convinced United have been buying the players that managers want either. Hold on. It looks like, oh, here we go again. Brighton passing out from the back. And guess what? Arsenal have scored. It all comes from passing out from the back from Brighton, who refused to stop. And Odegaard scores from the edge of the box. It's 1-0 to Arsenal, but it's all about passing out from the back. I said this before the game. This is not going to be a game that Arsenal are used to. They're probably going to enjoy it because Brighton, I find it stupid. Brighton fans love it. You know, we're hip. We play our way. We don't care. But you know what? Sometimes I think you do need to mix it up. Playing out from the back, away from home, and giving Arsenal a 1-0 lead in the first 10 minutes. So, you know, it's not intelligent. I don't know why they do it. We played Brighton at Old Trafford a couple of months ago. They were on top for about 15 minutes, and then they mastered their own downfall playing out from the back. Arsenal, fill your boots. You're going to really enjoy it today because Brighton are just going to carry on doing that. But 1-0, assist for Saka and a goal for Odegaard from the edge of the box. It's a good finish by Odegaard as well. Some people are saying the keeper should do better. But I think he hits it low and hard. I don't think there's much the keeper can do there. 1-0 to Arsenal. Pressure off. This is a game they need to win. They've got Aston Villa as well on Tuesday. They need to win these games. Man City are breathing down their necks. But it's 1-0 to Arsenal. It's a good goal as well. But all comes from Brighton playing out from the back. Tell you what, I was impressed with yesterday. I watched about 10 minutes of it. NFL Christmas Day was on Netflix. But I quite like the... I don't think I'd ever want Premier League games on Christmas Day. I mean, there's no reason why it couldn't happen. The players don't get pissed and eat Christmas dinner anyway. Someone just said there's a Liverpool goal coming in. No, it's still 0-0 at Anfield against the worst team in Premier League history. The only goals we've got are Brentford 1-0 up against Bournemouth and Arsenal 1-0 up against Brighton. It's still 0-0 between West Ham and Fulham, 0-0 between Burnley and Everton, and 0-0 between Liverpool and Wolves, although I suspect it will not stay like that for long. But one thing I will say about Brighton is they're almost the modern Leeds. Remember Leeds under Bielsa, really watchable. Brighton do play the same way no matter what. So you will get chances against them. Jack Grealish being injured over Christmas is some coincidence, says Chicken Chow Mein. Well, he likes a beer, doesn't he? He's done his big part of his career, though, hasn't he? I mean, he's not going to play for England again. He's not going to play in the Champions League again. You know, he's done that, hasn't he? Ian said, who said we're going to lose points? Let's go. Oh, no, I mean, it's early days, mate. Brighton are good. And look, it's one thing you'll score goals against Brighton because how open they are, but they can also score goals themselves. So, look, it's not like Brighton turn up, play high line, play out from the back so they can get beat 6-0. They will have a go. I don't know what's happening in the Scottish League, but even Queen's Park against Partick Thistle have had 3 goals in the first 15 minutes. Trossard could be another injury for Arsenal here. No, he's getting up. He felt his calf. Just a kick. Kieran says, if Wolves win, I will jump out my bedroom window. Do you think that Wolves will beat the Derby record, says Dill? And J7 says, I'm listening to this while in a queue for plane at Bangkok Airport to get my boarding pass. It does sometimes scare me when I think about what some people might be doing watching this. I mean, there'll definitely be a couple of people taking a shit. Just statistically, it will be happening. Weirdly, there'll be people doing worse than that, but we won't dwell on that. MDP says, what watch-alongs are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. I'm building a Lego castle with Seb and probably going down the pub for a couple of pints. So tomorrow, Matty says he's in the bath. No, I'm not doing a watch-along tomorrow. The schedule for the rest of the week looks like this. Obviously, we're here now for the 3 o'clocks. We're then going to go to Stamford Bridge for Chelsea against Villa. Tomorrow's a free day. I'm not doing Sunderland Leeds and I'm not doing Palace Spurs. There is no games on Monday, so that'll be another free day. And then Tuesday the 30th, I can't do anything because it's Man United Wolves. As much as I'd love to be doing Arsenal Villa, and I will keep an eye on it, we've got Man United Wolves. And nothing on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, I'll probably do Liverpool Leeds and maybe Sunderland Man City at 8 o'clock. Then on the Saturday, we'll do Bournemouth Arsenal at 3 o'clock and probably Villa Forest at 12:30. On the Sunday, I've got Leeds against Man City on the United Stand, but we'll do Man City Chelsea at 5:30. We might do the 3 o'clocks as well because we've got Fulham Liverpool. I'd be tight to do that after United though. Thursday the 8th is Arsenal-Liverpool. And then again, Man United are playing bloody Burnley at 8:15 when there's a load of other games on as well. West Ham Forest, forget that. Yeah, we'll play it by ear. Odegaard's showing why he's Arsenal's best player, says Rajaf. Thanks for your super chat, pal. Why are Wolves so bad this season? I think, speaking to the few Wolves fans I know, I think it's because they sell their good players and don't replace them very well. Aaron's in a sauna, sweating off the Guinness in Ireland. Enjoy it, pal. So Arsenal can breathe a little bit easily here because they're 1-0 up, but still a very open game. There's a foul by Gyökeres. Beans is in airport waiting for plane to Boston to see girlfriend and her family. Well, safe travels, mate, and everybody else who's travelling. I remember actually Christmas always used to seem really long to me when I was like probably aged between the age of 19 and 25 because I used to spend Christmas separately from my girlfriend at the time and she would always come over to us the day after Boxing Day, so today. And then that felt like Christmas again because you hadn't had any for a few days. Odegaard shown why he's Arsenal's best player. Yeah. Ryan's on a hangover from hell. Obviously I could get hungover if I wanted to, but yesterday, and Christmas Day, drank so many different drinks like wine, beer, rum and coke. I think you eat so much as well, it's really difficult. Oh, here we go. Odegaard's got a bit of space. Trossard. Nah, bad ball. Bad ball. That's going to get cleared. Ronaldo just scored, says Pop. Yeah, Brentford 1-0 up against Bournemouth. Burnley 0-0 with Everton. West Ham 0-0 with Fulham. And Liverpool 0-0 with Wolves. Just on that Liverpool game, statistically, let me just tell you, Liverpool have only had 3 shots. Nothing on target. Wolves are the only team with a shot on target so far. So 76% possession. We've got Wolves on Tuesday. They better not start having a bloody glow up. I tell you that for free. Don't be having a bloody glow up, Wolves. Good NFL games on today. I tell you what, that's why I like the time between Christmas and New Year, because I have a rule in December where I won't watch anything unless it's Christmas related. So I just think there's only so many weeks you can watch Christmas content. So I watch all the films, blah, 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 blah. But once it's Boxing Day, it's open season to watch anything non-Christmas related. And there's just so much to watch, isn't there, at the moment? There's a few series I want to watch in 2026 as well. I want to go back to Sopranos and finish it. That's my big aim for 2026. Forget my career. Forget, building out this. I just want to watch The Sopranos. Yeah. Thanks for your super chat, Rajaf. He loves Odegaard. If you want to do that, you can do it through the $sign. We'll read those out. Yeah, Declan Rice playing at right back shows his versatility, but also shows the injury problems that Arsenal are having in defence. No, I'll tell you when there's a goal. Still no goals in the Premier League apart from Brentford and Arsenal. We'll keep you up to date. So don't worry about that. 0-2, see what you can do. All I wanted for Christmas was Mbappe at Dulwich Hamlet, says Eureki. And Sopranos Watchalong, says Nate Soccer. That's a good ball, but Hincape's there to cover it. My favourite game of the day is Villa-Chelsea. That's the one I've been looking forward to all day. I think they're very evenly matched. And I think if Villa went and got a result there, it would be huge. Move! It would be huge. If Villa could go there and win, it would be huge. I'm still having an outside hope that, you know, Villa could still be catchable for Manchester United. They've got Thursday night football and they've got Chelsea and Arsenal in their next 2 games. Marco says, I wouldn't even say Wolves have got a shot of getting 19th at the moment. Oh, my local on Christmas Eve. Mother of God. Which is apt, because Mary was pushing it out on Christmas Eve. Not this Christmas Eve. That'd be the longest labour ever, wouldn't it? 2,000 years. But our local pub on Christmas Eve. Oh, you couldn't bloody move. It was like sardines. And people were loving it. They were there with big grins on their face and Santa hats. It was like, I couldn't get my head around it. I couldn't get my head in the door. It was absolutely rammed. I mean, getting to the bar was a mission. And then what if you need a piss? Some people love that. They love that. I was like, no. This is about 50% fuller than I would ideally like it. Nirvana says, please do a Deitch impression. They're banned, mate. Especially when I've got a big day of streaming, because it does hurt my throat. Get out of my pub, says Som. Yeah, still not, I thought there was a goal there, but there isn't. Gabrielle is warming up here. Get out of my pub. Move! Move! Ronaldo only needs 45 goals to get to 1,000, says Sat. Oh, he's going to do it, mate. He's going to do it. Definitely going to happen. People are in the chat are already starting to imagine if Liverpool don't beat Wolves. Well, look, if Wolves are going to pull off a shock this week, please do it at Anfield because they've got us on Tuesday. So if Wolves are going to pull off a shock, now is the time to do it. Thanks everyone who's watching. We've nearly got 10,000 watching. We're only 150 off. So if you are watching and you can click the share button and share it on your socials, that would be great. And please do smash a like on the video too. Really helps the channel. Thanks for getting involved, everyone. A pub is for life, not just for Christmas, says Thomas. Oh, mate. I mean, I'm not going to get religious, but Christmas Eve, church, full. Won't be full on January the 25th, will it? Same with the pub. Support your local pub throughout the year, not just on Christmas Eve. I used to go to a local pub in Nottingham, and on Christmas Day lunchtime, they'd open up for 2 hours, and it was a free pint because they did it as a gift to the locals. But you'd get, you'd be stood there, right, with your own free pint, and there'd be people walking in, family of 10. You've never seen them in the pub all year. They just live in the village. They go down to the pub. They get 10 free drinks. And then they leave. They just go in for one, they get their free drink and they leave, and you won't see them again till next Christmas. That's no way to run a business. What I would do is I would give tickets to people throughout December who are your locals and say, show us this on Christmas Day and you'll get a free drink. That's what I would do. No, Liverpool haven't scored. Arsenal's still the more progressive side here. Dream Hunter says, do you think that Villa can win the Europa League? I think that it's an interesting concept for Villa because, unfortunately, as a United fan, we're probably more experienced on Europa League runs than we are. That was a crap long throw by Declan Rice. Odegaard scored for Arsenal. Hey, as United fans, we're probably more experienced on Europa League runs than the Champions League. And what I will say is, out of years of experience, it really is. It's a pain in the arse. We saw it last year. It's really difficult to play Thursday night football in the latter stages and then get a result on the Sunday, because emotionally it takes so much out of you. So I think Villa will hemorrhage points if they go deep in the Europa League. But they're going to want to win the Europa League, aren't they? Because it's a trophy and Emery really likes it. So that's what I mean about Villa in the top 4. They've got 10 points on United, and that is a lot. However, they have got to play Thursday night football from March. Andy Atherton says, why don't you do a version of Soccer Saturday every week on That's Football? You're more entertaining, interesting, and definitely more knowledgeable. Thank you, Andy. I'll take that. Why not just get me to present Soccer Saturday on Sky Sports? I mean, surely that gets the viewing figures up. They can chuck me a couple of $100,000 a show, and everybody's a winner. I'd go, Clinton, let's go to Merson. You're boring. Here's Saka. He's got a bit of space. Bit selfish, though. Yeah. I think Saka has got a wonderful cross on him, and he should be a little bit more... They should just get me to do one show and see how the viewing figures go. Because even the haters would tune in going, why have they got this idiot on? They still be watching. Still be watching. Look, 33 minutes, Liverpool, Wolves. Could it be Wolves Day? Celtic are winning 3-2 now. I told you normal service would be resumed. And it has. Got a lot of energy today. And I don't know why. I've not had a drink. No, Nicholas, don't tell Nicholas that. He'll be like, oh, here we go. So come on, feel the noise. Girls, grab the boys. We'll get wild, wild, wild at your door. I think it has been a long year. Does anybody else think it's been a quick year? I think it's been a long year. I do. And I don't want years to go quick. I love this time of year. I really, really do. And I think if you can come through the year with the people that you love and be healthy, that's the main quiz. But I don't think it's been a quick year. I really don't. I think back to Oasis in concert in the summer and Glastonbury, United's Europa League run, United Europa League final loss, Liverpool winning the league. Does feel like a long year. Rasmus won another trophy before Arteta, says Fred. The Crap Trap says, thanks for watch-alongs. Helps with the mental health. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, mate. Please do subscribe. Thank you so much for your super chat. Still 0-0 between Liverpool and Wolves. Yes, and we are approaching half-time in 10 minutes. Daniel Thompson says, I hope you're doing well, Mark, buddy, and that's all that. Mate, look, today is a proper work day for me. If you can call it work. It's a busy one. 3 watch-alongs in a row. 8 o'clock show tonight on That's Football. But next couple of days, it's Lego building, pubs, meals, and then back Tuesday for the watch-along. I'll still put content up here for the next couple of days, but I love this time between Christmas and New Year. I just said to Seb there, should we sit and watch Star Wars on Monday? And he was like, yes. And actually, I thought, let's watch Empire Strikes Back because it's got snow in it. Hypertop says, is it true that you will retire when United win the Premier League, so you stay until you're 90? Well, I'm doing it till I die, aren't I? I don't remember saying that. Do you prefer soft or hard Werther's originals, says Hayes. I didn't even know they did soft ones, and I haven't had a Werther's original in about 20 years. Arsenal sitting back a bit, says Ayan. It's not a terrible tactic. It's not because they've got a good defence and they'd look to counter because Brighton are going to need to attack. But the second goal kills the game, really. Blake Patrick says, reacting to games isn't work, mate. Well, Do it yourself, mate. Your second one today. Christmas been shit for you or something? Or do you just hate on everybody else? Rice! Oh, goal kick. SH says, Chelsea are not any better than United, but Maresca never gets called out like Amorim. Well, they are better because they're in the Champions League. They're higher in the league. But then again, we've got the same points. You know, fair points, maybe. You know, I just read them out. Liverpool are so bad. I've told you. I've bloody told you about Liverpool. I've said this before, and I'll respect Man City, I'll respect Arsenal, I'll respect Liverpool when they're winning leagues and they deserve to win it, etc. So this is not a hater. I've said Liverpool last year were brilliant, and at times Liverpool have been superb over recent years. But I look at Liverpool now and I don't get it. And I'm not watching Liverpool, so you can tell me, but I don't get it. I don't actually get it with Liverpool. I don't understand what Slot's trying to do, and we're halfway through the season. I don't know what his system is. Well, I know what his system is, but I don't see the patterns of play. I don't see the vision. I just see a team that turns up every game looking to get results, which is great, but it's the construction of those results. And look, I'm sure Liverpool will find a way to beat Wolves, but there's a bit of a breakaway for Arsenal here with Trossard. But Kadioglu's a good fullback and he stayed with him. Trossard with the cross, Declan Rice with the shot, and it goes out for a throw-in. So yeah, I think Liverpool are struggling for an identity this season. And I know a lot of Liverpool fans, funnily enough, and a lot of them have said, I don't think we're out the woods yet. I think, you know, we are struggling to perform. The hangover continues. Koala, thank you very much for joining the members club. Love that. Thank you, pal. So you think your singing's out of time, but it makes me money. Is it true that Konate wants to go to Real Madrid? Mate, I mean, it's not my club, but if he goes to Real Madrid, you booed fucking Trent, and it's... Yeah, Celtic have got a penalty, but they're winning anyway. Ronaldo scored again, if anyone cares. Do you care? Bundesliga is back on the 9th. So a week on Friday, and it's a good game. It's Frankfurt against Dortmund. Lesnide says, I don't think Konate is good enough for Madrid. But it's the fact that he's free. I was talking to somebody about the Saudi League over Christmas. We were talking about Ronaldo. And I was talking about Duran when he was at Villa and he was benching Watkins and then he goes to Saudi. And, you know, you don't hear about these. I don't know what Ivan Toney's doing in the Saudi League. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the Saudi League. You just don't really hear about it. We've got a second goal at Griffin Park. And, you know, Bournemouth, they've not won a game since October. They were 1-0 down to Brentford. And I can tell you, it is now 2-0 to Brentford, doubling their lead here. Fantastic home record for them, and they lead 2-0. We're just waiting for confirmation on the goal scorer. Refresh. That's not the goal scorer. Still waiting for the goal scorer, but it is 2-0 to Brentford. I don't know why I said Griffin Park. I panicked. I bloody panicked. OG. Petrovic with an own goal. He picked the ball up and threw it into his own goal. I'm making that up. I don't know what happened, but Bournemouth are absolutely terrible. And of course, they're going to lose Semenyo, who is playing for Bournemouth today. But will he be switched off a little bit? I don't think it really matters. I think Brentford are just so good at home. Liverpool have got a goal. We knew it would happen. We've got it. And Bournemouth can't claim this. Why would they? Because it's not him. Gravenberch makes it 1-0 to Liverpool. The goals are flying in a little bit here because Brighton are on the attack. But it's a good tackle by Declan Rice. So 2-0 to Brentford against Bournemouth, and Liverpool have the breakthrough against Wolves. They lead 1-0. Breathe a sigh of relief for Liverpool. They've got the goal. And it's Gravenberch who's done it. Frimpong with the assist again. PRV, Slot and Amram in the same bait. No, same boat, says Andy. No performance, getting some results, and both have no vision. Yeah, but look, Slot's got a Premier League title in his back pocket. There are similarities this season. I think you're right. I think both clubs are surviving on results, desperately trying to build a vision and some performance. Jade says, have you ever tried a Shake Shack burger? It's from New York, but it's in the UK. Arguably better than Five Guys. I haven't, but I would like to, Jade. It sounds interesting. Who's going to finish higher? Liverpool, United or Chelsea, says Andy Atherton. I'll tell you what, Andy. We got a goal for Wirtz! Oh my God, stop the clocks! Stop the clocks! The breaking news, Wirtz has scored. He's been waiting for Wolves all season to do it, and Liverpool have doubled their lead. It's 2-0, and it's Florian Wirtz. This is what they've spent £100 million on. It's these types of games where Wirtz can really shine. And he's got his first goal in a Liverpool shirt. And it's against Wolves. And that's all that matters. He's been waiting for this moment. And he's got it. And you know what? He's found his level, says Conrad. I think that he's... this could open the floodgates now. Against Wolves and for Wirtz. He's got his first ever Premier League goal for Liverpool. Who's laughing now? Yeah, who is not laughing now? Wirtz has scored against Wolves. Well, look, we expected it to be 3 points for Liverpool today. And it certainly will be now they're 2-0 up. I'm going to run a poll on this one from Andy. Who will finish higher? There's three options. We've got Chelsea, we've got Liverpool, and we've got Man United. There we go. Doesn't count because it's Wolves. Yeah, I don't think Wirtz will have a star next to his goal saying it was against Wolves and everyone will discount it. Still 0-0 between Burnley and Everton. And still 0-0 between West Ham and Fulham. But Liverpool have finally got the goals that many of us expected they would. And they can breathe a little bit easier now. Nearly 11k watching. Thanks, everyone. Please do share the video. Get involved. Arsenal aren't home yet. No, they're not. There's still space in this game for Brighton if they want it. Do they want it? We're approaching half-time in all the games. I'm just making sure. Yeah, okay. Oh, Verbruggen. Late on Gyökeres. It'll be a yellow card. It's miles away from the goal. Certainly not a goal-scoring opportunity. Odegaard runs over as if to say, maybe it could be a red. No. They might have a look at it. But long ball. This is where Gyökeres wants it. Into the channel. I mean, yeah, he's not going to score from there. Yellow card's the right move. It's definitely a foul by the keeper. He's knocked it past Gyökeres. Verbruggen. It's definitely a yellow card. Nothing more. Nothing more. Do I reckon Wolves are going down? Like the bloody Titanic, AMS. There's nothing saving that. 100%. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what people are talking about a red card for. You better learn the rules. West Ham 0-0 at half-time against Fulham. Let's have a sit down for half-time. Let's rest our cheeks. That'll ding-dang do me. I mean, to be fair to Gyökeres, he did get... He did get clattered. Someone in the chat saying it was reckless. It should be a red. Well, it's half-time in all the Premier League games. Referee's just blown his whistle there. So Arsenal leading 1-0 at half-time. They'll be happy with that. But as we know, they've had it very tight in their last two games. Wolves was a shaky moment, of course, at the Emirates. And Everton, you know what? It was shaky as well this time last week. Well, 8 o'clock last week. So Arsenal 1-0 up, but they will want to get that second goal ASAP. Thank everyone who's tuning in. Get your comments in. Thanks for all the super chats as well. Please do subscribe to the channel. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. We're closing in on 445,000 subscribers. Please do click and subscribe in the bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. Everybody's welcome, no matter who you support. So Liverpool will be feeling happier at half-time. They are currently 2-0 up against Wolves. Funnily enough, we've got a live poll going on at the moment. Who will finish higher? Chelsea, Liverpool or Manchester United? Liverpool have 44% of the vote and Chelsea have 36% of the vote. Honestly, if you're asking me right now, I would say Chelsea will finish above Liverpool and Liverpool will finish above Man United. But, you know, I actually think Chelsea are better than Liverpool. I don't see the vision from Liverpool at the moment. They're not playing well enough. Yeah. Dr. HG says, how is that not a red? And how did City escape a second yellow? Well, I think, why is it a red card? Gyökeres is going nowhere. It's not a goal-scoring opportunity. So you could only send him off on, you know, a really dangerous, reckless, out-of-control tackle. And I think it would have been harsh to give a red for that. I don't think it was a red card. I think the yellow card was the right decision. Wan says, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I follow both channels. Love the videos. Thank you very much, pal. Yeah, remember, we are live at 5:30 for Chelsea against Aston Villa. Very much looking forward to that one as well. Stamford Bridge, 3rd against 4th. Who's going to win? Let's have a look at the league table as things stand, by the way, because it does paint a picture of funnily enough, it paints a picture of how things stand at the moment. Bournemouth haven't won a game since October. They're losing 2-0 to Brentford at the moment. But this is how the league table looks right now. Arsenal top, 42 points as things stand. Obviously, Man City won at 12:30, 2-1 against Forest. Villa and Chelsea play each other tonight at 5:30. But Liverpool with the win, the freebie, that we've got on Tuesday, Wolves at home, Liverpool would go up to 4th place. Man United would drop to 6th as things stand. But Sunderland and Palace play tomorrow. Brentford currently in 9th with that win. And Everton, of course, are drawing away to Burnley at the moment. So, yeah, look, Liverpool are up there despite a very bad start to the season. But I suppose that's just the way the league looks at the moment. In relation to the bottom half of the table, neither Burnley or West Ham winning at the moment. So it's not really making much of an indentation on Forest or Leeds. They need to be winning those sorts of games. If Burnley want to stay up and West Ham want to stay up, you need to be winning these sort of games at home. But it's 0-0. Burnley, Everton and West Ham against Fulham. 0-0 at the moment. There we go. Let's come back to the live chat. It's so obvious that Madueke needs to come on, says Rajaf. Well, Arsenal decimated with defensive issues. That's why Rice is playing at right back and Lewis Skelly is playing instead of Calafiori. But they do have a lot of attacking options on the bench if they want to use them. Martinelli is there. I think I would imagine Jesus will be on there. Let me just double check he is. Yeah, Jesus, Martinelli, Wanyeri, Madueke, Eze. So loads of attacking options for Arsenal if they want them. And that's one area of the pitch at the moment where they really are stacked. Defensively, not so much so. But look, Brighton are going to have to open up a little bit more in the second half. Which I'm sure they will do. That might lead to more opportunities on the break for Arsenal. Liverpool will finish the highest, says Lewis Jackson. Only if they start playing well. Wirtz with his first goal. Prof Legend says, hot take, Arsenal's main signing priority should be a new medical team, not new players. And Bob says, Mark, Wirtz is getting exponentially better game by game. Even before that goal, he was working his magic throughout the whole half. Look, I've said this before. We can all have a bit of banter, but I don't think Wirtz is a flop because that's his first goal of the season after Christmas. I don't think Wirtz is a flop at all. I think that, you know, some people do take time to get up to the speed of the Premier League. And I think there's every chance that Wirtz will end up being a good player. It's just, you know, it's a bit of banter for a lot of people because he hasn't been able to score goals. But, you know, the floodgates could open now. But look, the big problem is I don't think Liverpool are playing free-flowing attacking football anyway. And that could be a factor in it too. Wanyeri needs a loan. I feel for him, says Kaz. Well, there was talk about him leaving at some point, wasn't there? I mean, he's just not getting the minutes. I agree. We are doing Chelsea against Villa. Yes, DL Dave, we are. And the only reason players mainly get criticism is the price tag paid for them, says Raki. I'm in the building. United, says Face6293. Difference between getting better and starting to gel with the team. How can a player get better in a few months, says Ronnie as well. Thank you so much. Liverpool are playing Wolves. Wirtz scoring is hardly very impressive, is it, says Marcus. And Wirtz only a flop if you watch stats and not the game, says Smizzy. Stephen Williams is a Liverpool fan, says we're playing better than everyone apart from City and Villa. Well, I don't know where these hidden games are for Liverpool because I've watched you a lot this season and I haven't seen you play well that very often at all. I thought you played well against Villa at home, but that's because Villa played out from the back. I'm not saying Liverpool won't click. I've been expecting it all season, but I don't think they're playing that well. The Meerkat says Liverpool will come good and won't be far away at the end. It's not impossible, mate. But I think that the injury to Isak and your attacking options aren't great. But they'll be patient with Slot. They will be patient with him. I think Frimpong is getting very good as well. I mean, I think this is a great comment by Star the Foodman because I've been a big fan of Frimpong for years. I wanted United to go for him. And again, he's another player that got written off as a flop within a couple of weeks. And if you know anything about Frimpong from his Leverkusen days, he's ridiculously prolific. as an attacking fullback on assists and stuff like that. So if they can start to get the best out of him, I think he's a very intriguing player for them. Look, if Wirtz and Frimpong come good and Kirkes comes good, you have got 3 very, very good players there. It's obviously just going to take him a little bit of time. Chelsea fan here. I think Chelsea's going to get cooked by Villa, says Salty. I've got a Chelsea win. I have a Chelsea win. It would be an incredible result for Villa, considering they've got to go to Arsenal on Tuesday night to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea do need the points. I think Villa won there last year, but I wasn't impressed with Villa on Sunday. But maybe they're a better team away from home. I don't know whether that was a fair account of Villa on Sunday, but if Chelsea play like they did against Arsenal and Villa play like they did against United, I would say Chelsea will win that. Wirtz is a flop. Cherki's got 13 goals, assists already, and he cost 30 million, says Callis. There we go. Liverpool are looking good today, I think. 2 up, says Retro. Yep, they are playing the worst team. I think I'm right in saying this. The worst team in Premier League history. I don't know whether Leeds had 2 points at this point. Not Leeds, Derby had this. How many points Derby had at Christmas when they broke the record. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Chelsea Villa, Jay. I think it will be a good game as well. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in. We're at half-time here in the Premier League games. Arsenal leads 1-0 at home to Brighton. Still opportunity for Brighton there. Derby had 8 points at this point, says Connor. What? So they only got 2 points in the second half of the season? Bloody hell. That's like doing it the other way around, isn't it? Oh, no. 7 said they had 6. They had a win, definitely. They had 6 points on Christmas Day, says Photo Drive. So, yeah, this is officially the worst ever Premier League side. We play them on Tuesday. Give me those points. Smells like a win. We need them. Yeah, so Burnley 0-0 with Everton. West Ham 0-0 with Fulham. They need to be pushing in the second half to try and get wins, those two, in the relegation scrap. Brentford 2-0 up against Bournemouth. The easiest prediction of the week, I think. Brentford winning at home. Arsenal 1-0 up against Brighton, as we said. And Liverpool with the 2 goals just before half-time have made it 2-0. Gravenberch and Wirtz. There we go. Mads says United won't beat Wolves. Mate, they're the worst team I've seen in years. I don't think they'll play at Old Trafford like they did at Molineux, but they are absolutely rat shit. Yeah. Terrible. Their last goal was on October the 5th. No, that can't be right, RBJ, because they scored against us in December. So you're wrong. You're wrong. What's my FPL lineup, Prof? I don't do it. If you lose to Wolves, what's the video going to be like? I don't need to think about it. And they scored against Arsenal as well, says Theodore. Yeah, they have scored goals in December. To be honest, I think you should be sacked if you don't beat Spurs, Wolves, and Spurs. What's wrong with Timber, says David. I don't really know. I don't really know. Elizabeth says you should stop saying the worst team in history. I bet they smack Man United up. But they are the worst team in Premier League history. It's a fact. You know, it's not a jinx to say that they're the worst team in Premier League history. And we're talking about them playing Liverpool, not Man United. So they are the worst team in history. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Over 11,000 of you. Please do subscribe to the channel. And we've nearly got 1,000 likes as well. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We are doing Chelsea against Villa at 5:30. And then I'm having a Chinese. And then it's 8 o'clock show on the United Stand. So I'm going to crack open the beer at 5:30 as well. Lovely stuff. Just can't go a day without it at Christmas. It feels like a wasted day, you know. Brighton will score, Minte or Matoma written all over it. Well, not Matoma because he's not playing, but Minte is on the bench. United beat them 4-1 weeks ago. They're absolutely crap. They really are. But at some point, they will win a game. I mean, Spurs and Brighton drew with them. It wasn't like it was, Burnley. It was Spurs and Brighton who drew with them, wasn't it? Are we up and ready for the second half yet? No, still half time in all the games at the moment, so I will let you know, and I will stand up as soon as that happens. I won't say that. Lawrence says he's having a vodka night tonight. It's too cold to go out and he's got too many bills. I haven't even looked at what the weather... I don't think I've been outside today. It's a bit sad, isn't it? I don't think I have been outside today. It's just a busy day. It's not too cold here. 7 degrees with a low of 4. It's going to be colder on Tuesday and Friday. At least it's dry. At least it's dry. That's what I would say. What's your Saturday night plans? Collier has come back from his loan spell, but he's injured, Tommy, as well. So, a couple of substitutions for Brighton. Just warming up. Timer's still on, Mark. Thank you, pal. I will change that. Oh, I need some water. Can you drink vodka, Mark, says Lewis. I've never really been a vodka drinker. I used to have vodka Red Bull years ago, over 20 years ago, when I lived in Dublin. I would have vodka Red Bull, but you can't taste it in that anyway. Ricky Gervais' new comedy coming out, isn't it, in a couple of days as well. Looking forward to that. Arsenal players running out onto the pitch. We have started in the West Ham Fulham game. Just to give you a little bit of background on that game, West Ham Fulham have had more shots on target than West Ham and more possession, so could be a Fulham win there. The Burnley against Everton game, statistically, more possession for Everton, but more shots for Burnley, 6-4. So maybe that could be a draw. I think I went for a draw in the Burnley-Everton game. Okay. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up, I'm your brother. Ooh, I'm your brother, don't you know? Okay, Odegaard is about to start. Okay. Arsenal to draw today, says Colin. Well, it would be a shock. It would be a shock, Colin, that would. It really, really would. All the games have now kicked off for the second half. I don't eat parsnips. Oh, I don't know what the referee's doing here. Is he restarting it or is he doing a drop ball? Drop ball. I don't want a lot for Christmas. Bloody hell. What's going on here? Oh, that's all right. It's all right. Hi, Mark. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Canate has wanted to leave Liverpool for a while now. Liverpool are not clicking that like they used to, says Becky. Thank you, Becky. I am doing Chelsea Villa, yes, Jacob. I am. Thank you very much for your super chat, Becky. Well, I just look at it and think that Liverpool fans obviously booed Trent, but Konate, if he goes, has made that very, very obvious. I think the surprise would be if he signs a new contract. Saka says, Arsenal will win the league if they keep winning the home games. All they need is a decent result at the Etihad. Have the Arsenal been very good, says David? They've been okay. They've been okay. I mean, they're going to rely on a strong defence all season, aren't they? Are you going to do Liverpool versus Leeds on 1st of Jan? Yes, Thomas, New Year's Day. Chris Wood is injured, says Danny. Brighton to win, says Invisible Man. Rangers are beating Motherwell. Arsenal play a bit too scared, says Charles. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think it's... I think that's natural that does click it, that does slip in at times. Because it's so important. Look, they've not won the league in 20 years. They finished second 3 years in a row. And they've got Man City, renaissance with Pep, playing good football. There is pressure, you know, and they're also somehow deemed to be the favourites to win it. So they've got a lot of pressure. And I think that great defended by Saliba. They're obviously being a little bit formulaic in relation to their approach. I mean, apart from Atletico Madrid, how many good games have Arsenal had this season? So they are being very structured in what they're trying to do, but still 3 points, isn't it? Abdi says Villa lost at the Bridge last year 3-0. They must have been the year before then. I definitely remember them going there and winning. Oh, shot by Brighton, straight at Raya. It's a foul on Saka. But it's a big game for Arsenal on Tuesday night. I mean, they've got to get past this one first, but it's a big game on Tuesday night against Villa. Played well against Brian as well, says Danny. So 48% of you have got Liverpool finishing above Chelsea and Man United. 34% with Chelsea, only 18% with Man United. Villa are good odds to beat Chelsea. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that game. I mean, Villa have got match winners, definitely, Morgan Rogers. And but I never would have put Villa in the top 4 this year. I think they're having a bloody good season. I never would have put them in the top 4. What the hell is going on at Anfield? I can't speak. I can't speak. It's 2-0 to Liverpool and they're cruising. Well, not anymore. We have a goal for Wolves at Anfield. It's 2-1. They've halved the deficit and they've made it 2-1 at Anfield. We've also got another goal coming in at Brentford. We'll talk about that in a moment because Trossard's in here for Arsenal. Lays it off to Odegaard and that goes for a corner, a good block. But it's, well, Bueno has scored. Santiago Bueno makes it 2-1. Well, It was already 2 to Liverpool, to be fair, but it's 2-1. Wolves have scored a goal, and it's Bueno, which probably means something in something. Well, it means Wolves have scored at Anfield. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be jeopardy at Anfield? It's 2-1. And okay, don't be afraid, Brentford fans. He's done it again. It's Kevin Shade. It's 3-0. And Bournemouth are getting battered at Brentford. We've got a goal coming in as well. We've got a goal coming in. They're all happening. Guess what? It's from a set piece. It's an own goal. People are saying it's Gyökeres. That's no way Gyökeres' goal. It's flicked in off a Brighton player. It's 2-0. It's a Declan Rice corner. And it's flicked on by the Brighton player. Some people were saying Gyökeres. It's not a Gyökeres goal. The goals are flying in, though. We've had 3 goals there. That's why we like doing this. The goals are flying in. It's a Declan Rice corner. And it's flicked in off the Brighton. Is it Rutter? I think it might have gone in off him. Yeah, he's flicked it over his own goalkeeper. Nothing can be done by Verbruggen there. Be a lovely header if he wasn't playing for Brighton. And that should be breathing space for Arsenal now. 2-0 up against Brighton. You never know. You never know. One shot from Brighton in 50 minutes is disgraceful, says Ollie. Look, there'll be a lot of people moaning about Arsenal, but I do think that in the context of things, you can only do what's in front of you. And, you know, I'm not a fan of Brighton's manager, and I never have been. Robbie always jokes about it when we do content together. I'm not a fan of Brighton. On their day, they can be good to watch, but defensively, they're wide open. They should be sponsored by YouPorn because they're full of it. And I don't even know what that means, really. But Arsenal can only do what's in front of them. OG has more goals than our strikers. Merry Christmas, says VBA. Promo to Peace. Thank you very much for your super chat. Very generous, $10. Says, are Premier League clubs overreacting or overrating Serie A strikers in the transfer market? I think of Xerxes and Rasmus at United, plus Jamie Vardy got Player of the Month recently. Well, Rasmus is a young striker who's not really gone to the right club. He just went to United because he supported them. We don't see a lot of exports in from Serie A anymore. We're seeing more from the Bundesliga. It's a slower league, that's for sure. Arsenal had 4 own goals scored against them in the last 3, says Biz. That's going to be a yellow card, I think, as well. Coppola. Villa hasn't lost at the Emirates since 2022, so Tuesday will be an interesting game, says Ritvik. Well, Emery doesn't like Arsenal, does he, for obvious reasons. It's almost like his cup final when they play Arsenal. They have been a bit of a thorn in Arsenal's side. Yeah, 100% a yellow card, that. Still no goals. West Ham need a goal against Fulham. Burnley need a goal against Everton. Please share the video if you're watching. Nearly 11,000 of you watching. City will win it. Arsenal's hearts will sink again and again. I don't know, though. I don't know about that, because the way I look at it is people say Arsenal are going to bottle it. But if I was an Arsenal player, I'd be like, we're really strong defensively, and that builds confidence. And not only that, you know, you go into Everton, you win 1-0, you're finding late ways to win against Wolves. You know, you're beating Brighton with a clean sheet. Does that pressure not build experience? You know? I don't know. Blake says, Arsenal have won 20 out of 20 games they've scored first in this season, if you count Palace on penalties as a win. Saga says, Liverpool are on the ropes here. Mate, I would rather Wolves put everything into getting their result today at Anfield and then are knackered against United. So come on, Wolves, give it everything you've got. Everything. And then have Tuesday off. Imagine what it'll do for your confidence if you can get a draw at Anfield. Ronaldo's got a hat-trick. I presume he's playing in the Saudi League. Thanks for your super chat, Blake and Ritvik. Appreciate that. And also Max, Arsenal last 6 goals, 4 own goals and 1 penalty. There we go. Thank you very much. Promote Peace, thank you very much as well for your generous super chat. Appreciate that. You can do that through the $sign. We'll read those out. Also had another one from VBA. Says, own goals has more goals than our strikers. Merry Christmas. I may have read that before, but it was a nice message. Are we going to get a goal in either of these relegation battles at West Ham and Burnley? Or maybe that's why they're going to get relegated. What's going on here down at the bottom? Marino and Brighton player Van Heck. What the heck? Yeah, Rutter was their own goal, if you've got him in your team for FPL. No hat trick for Ronaldo, who's offside. I mean, Brighton haven't done a lot in this game, have they? Let's be clear. They haven't done a lot in this game. But look, goal difference could be king. I'm not saying that Arsenal would look at Brighton as a game to boost their goal difference, but as things stand, Arsenal's goal difference is 23 and Man City's is 26. So, you know, Arsenal, the way the season's been, a lot of clean sheets, haven't scored as many goals. They've scored 10 goals less than Man City, in fact. So, I mean, Brighton just don't look very progressive in this game at all. Really struggling. Maybe they're missing Baleba, who, ironically, has been missing for most of the season for Brighton. Mitt says Brighton look awful, to be fair. Well, you know what? I think you are being fair because, like I said, I watched Wolves play against United a few weeks ago and they were absolutely shit. I think we could have beat them 10-0. But let's be honest, Brighton have been shit here. It's been very easy for Arsenal defensively so far. There's Saka. Will he look for a pass? Goes for a shot again. I think Saka holds on to the ball too much. I think he's got a wonderful cross on him, and I think he just holds on to the ball for too long. I think he's one of the big contributors in slowing you down. I do think he needs to pass the ball. He's got such a good creativity to him, but it's just, I don't know what it is. This season, with a striker, he seems to be more selfish. And yet he's actually got a striker that he can put crosses in towards. Do you think Strand Larsen might regret signing for Wolves now, Mark? No, I mean, he'll get a move in the summer, won't he? Get an easy move in the summer. Arsenal got another corner here. Dan Masson says, when will we find out the seats final verdict for Man City? I mean, I wouldn't say it's going to, I wouldn't definitely say it'll happen in 2026, to be honest. I'm a massive Saka fan, but I think sometimes he holds on to the ball for too long. Malen and Bendia start for Villa. Let me see if I can get the news, the team news for you. So, Chelsea, I've got a lineup of Caicedo, Chalobah, Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, Garnacho, Reece James, João Pedro, Pedro Neto, Roberto Sanchez, Badiashile and Palmer. So effectively, you've got João Pedro up front, Cole Palmer at 10, Garnacho on the left, Neto on the right, Enzo, and probably Reece James in the midfield. I don't know where Caicedo is. Any questions? Any answers on where Caicedo is? He's not still suspended, surely. I'm just looking at the chat. Any answers on that? Caicedo. Oh, Brighton goal. In off the post. No. In it's the post. Bounces back. 2-1. Oh, he is playing actually. I've just realised that. I can't see it. Oh, yeah. It's because sorry, apologies, Chelsea fans. Caicedo is playing. What they do on the BBC website is they list the players by number order. So I've completely missed the goalkeeper. I've completely missed Caicedo because he's number 1 for some reason. Actually, they don't even do it in number order. What have they done? Oh my God. The BBC website lists the players in alphabetical order. That has to be the most knobhead thing to do in 2025. Oh, I know. I'm going to be really hip. I'm covering socials on the BBC today. I'm going to list the team out in alphabetical order. I'm not even going to do it in number order or actually position order. I'm going to do it in alphabetical order. So it's Caicedo for C. It's Chalobah for C. It's Cucurella for C. It's F for Fernandez. It's G for Garnacho. It's J for James. Pratt. Absolute knobhead. Who lists the team in alphabetical order? Do one. It's not bloody English literature. It's the Premier League. List it in bloody position. Oh, God. Anyway, we've got football. We've got football here, and we've got a goal back for Brighton. Ooh, squeaky bum time. 25 minutes to go. Gomez scores for Brighton. They'll have a go now. They'll have a go. He's in as well. Oh, no. He's not. Minte. He wants to shoot. He wants to shoot. He should score. Block. He should score. Block. 2 big blocks by Arsenal. It's all going on. It's all going on here. I'll give you the Villa team in a minute. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. It might be Data Dean. I've sacked him. Hello, Mark. I've got a new job at the BBC. I'm basically in charge of socials on match day, and I've decided to come up with a novel idea of when the team news comes out, I'm going to do it alphabetically. It makes total sense to do it that way because it's completely nonsensical in a sense way. Arsenal, thank you very much for that. Okay, let's have a look at the Villa side, also listed in alphabetical order. So it's like a quiz. if you list the team in alphabetical order, you have to go looking for the player by position. Martinez starts. Maatsen at left back. Konza, Cash, Lindelof. I'm figuring this out by alphabetical here. Midfield of Kamara and Tillemans and looks like McGinn. And then Mallon and Rogers and Bendia. Yeah. Ollie Watkins on the bench with Anana. So a couple of changes there. Liam Delap on the bench for Chelsea. Estevao on the bench as well. Well, Garnacho's starting, so, you know, you've got a great chance, Chelsea. Well, Arsenal are going to have a squeaky bum 20 minutes here because Brighton are very, very up for this now. They're creating chances. They don't move the ball quick enough to Gyökeres, I tell you. The ball needs to go into Gyökeres a lot quicker than it does. People in the chat saying Wirtz is so good and yet it's still only 2-1 against Wolves. Wolves and Arsenal. I mean, they could both win this game, but 2-1 is precarious with 20 minutes to go. Why is he not making attacking changes? The game's open. Surely get Eze on or Madueke on. Trossard's an obvious one. I think the Sky Sports News Twitter account has been hacked. I'm just having a look. Oh dear. Nothing too sinister, but definitely not the normal tweets you would have thought. Why don't you use FootMob, says Bear. I use a variety of stuff, but I've always traditionally, on desktop, I have the BBC. I've always used it, to be honest. And I probably will change because I think that's the final straw. Listing the team alphabetically is their last chance. It's just idiocy on a whole new level. I can't believe it's 0-0 with Burnley and Everton and 0-0 with West Ham and Fulham. I mean, they've got to try and win these games. Lucas says Ekatike is injured. I don't know whether that's true. I will be doing Liverpool Leeds on New Year's Day, yes. That was a question from Thomas, yes. Lewis Skelly coming off for Arsenal. This is squeaky bum time for Arsenal now. I mean, if they do get the win, it'll be 3 wins from 3 wins in a row in games where it's 1 goal. Gyökeres coming off as well. Gabriel and Gabriel coming on. One called Jesus and one just called Gabriel. Vishy says, sack Slot if they don't get 3 points today. Well, I'm starting to think, are we going to be doing a 5 o'clock match reaction before the Chelsea game? There's some twists and turns in this game, I tell you. Super Suede says, no offence, but Brighton at home is not a hard game. Well, they're struggling here. I think we're sort of moving into that era with Arsenal where we've been for a few weeks, where they're in the grind, aren't they? And look, Declan Rice is not playing in the midfield. That's a blow. He's playing out of position. Their defence hasn't been their best defence. They've got Gabriel back now. I think that's a huge thing for the Villa game. Arsenal fans, is it true that you guys secretly watch Liverpool, City, Chelsea and Villa to enjoy front-foot attacking football when your parents are sleeping, says Rub. Oh, you're a wind-up. You're a wind-up, Rub, you are. Thanks for the super chat, though. No, we haven't had an equaliser for Wolves. Listen to Goldbridge. I will give you the goals when they go in instantaneously. I mean, look, it's one thing it being 2-1, but it'd be another thing entirely. What a cross that is. What a cross by, I think it was Zubimendi. Dunk did well. That would have been a big goal for Arsenal if they could have got it. Minty. Used to be in EastEnders. Good play by Jesus there. Now Odegaard. I mean, if Arsenal can get the third goal, it will put it to bed. Same for Liverpool. Danny Welbeck's coming on. Danny Melbeck, get me a glass. Melbeck's coming on. It's Christmas. Now then, used to play for Arsenal as well. This could be heaven. Well, he's coming on anyway. For Man City. He's not coming on for Man City, he's coming on for Brighton. But this could be, you know, Danny Melbeck against his old club. It could happen. Doopy says, sorry for the fake call, he is back. I've just seen your avatar with the cat. I can't believe that Burnley or West Ham haven't scored. I mean, look, I suppose they haven't conceded. That's a positive. Oh, good play by Minte. He's a handful. Bruno G versus Elliot Anderson. No age bias, says Vish. Okay, I'm happy to run polls if people want to suggest them. I'd be happy with either at United. Planning a trip to South Africa in 2026, says Bear Crawl. I am not planning anything at the moment, but you never know. I've got nothing planned in relation to 2026 at the moment. And I did do quite a bit of travelling this year that I didn't plan at the start of the year. So you never know. We've got a goal back for Bournemouth. It's nothing more than a consolation. It's Brentford 3-1 now, Bournemouth. Semenyo, what a surprise. He'll be gone soon. But he scores again. I think it'd be a very good signing for City. Brighton in and around the box of Arsenal here. Still got it. Brighton did get a point here last time. Minte, what a save by Raya. It's curling it in and Raya manages to palm it up over the top. I mean, that there. I mean, these 2 games for Arsenal are massive. They drew against Brighton last year and dropped 2 points at home. Great save by Raya. And of course, Villa have got a very good record there as well. So Arsenal are really psychologically need to pick up the wins in these next 2 games. Still 0-0 between Burnley and Everton. Still 0-0 between West Ham and Fulham. Still 2-1 Liverpool Wolves. Still 2-1 Brighton Arsenal. Corner to Brighton. Oh, he's got a header on the back post. And he couldn't head it down. Probably should have done a little bit better, I think. And it should, well, he couldn't do any better because it went off Hincape's head. It should have been another corner. And he's right to moan because it wasn't a bad miss. It actually was Hincape's head that stopped it going in. Raya down at the moment. Henry says, I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm scared. You don't want to be that team, do you? You really don't. Wolves are all over Liverpool, says Jag. People forget that about Arsenal. It's not just about what they do going forward. It's the defence as well. Raya's been brilliant this season. They've got a very good defence. The best defence in the league again. Come on! Kepa was warming up, but he's going to sit down. Bruno G's got 56% of the vote over Elliot Anderson. TH says, come on, Brighton and Wolves. Avram says, I think Welbeck's going to score. I do feel that with 10 minutes to go, with Arsenal 2-1 up against Brighton and Liverpool 2-1 up against Wolves, I mean, I don't know. We can't write the future, but I just get the feeling there might be a goal at one of these 2 places. We'll have to wait and see. Martinelli is coming on for Arsenal. Very surprised he's not used Eze or Madueke, to be honest. There's so much space out there, but he's not going to sub Saka, is he? And I think sometimes you can understand why. He's such a big player. It's 2-1. But that's probably why he can't get those players on the pitch. Odegaard and Saka, he doesn't want to sub them off. Tense. HJD says, Madueke getting props for no reason, has done literally nothing this season except look good occasionally. Oh, I think he was a big player for you when Saka was injured at the start of the season. I thought he did really, really well. Then he got injured himself and it's been a bit quiet. But no, I thought Madueke looked really good when Saka was injured. Lightforce says Wolves aren't going to get relegated. I think they are, mate. I don't want to, shock you, but they've got 2 points and they are losing to Liverpool and they've got Man United next. So they're going to have 2 points going into the new year and they're already cut adrift anyway. So I don't think it's going to... I mean, Wolves are currently 16 points from safety. Forget about it! Forget about it. They're getting relegated, bro. $10 minutes. I am doing Villa-Chelsea, yes. Do you worry about Wolves a little on Tuesday? I mean, look. I don't know. I haven't watched the Liverpool game. I don't know why Liverpool have struggled against them. They're shit. But to be fair, Arsenal a couple of weeks ago, they parked the bus. And they didn't against us. They opened up. So if their new tactic is to park the bus and be well organised, maybe that's what it's all about. Because to be fair, they've been to Arsenal, only lost in stoppage time. They've gone to Anfield and are holding, their own. But hopefully they'll get overconfident and try and play us and we'll beat them. I'd be very disappointed if we didn't beat Wolves, let's be clear. Martinelli into the box. Good cutback. No one there. Nobody wants to be the team that drops points to Wolves. Good takedown by Jesus. Good block. Keeper will get hold of that. Fulham have scored against West Ham. We got a goal for Fulham. Oh, that's terrible for West Ham. Fulham have scored. Absolutely terrible for West Ham. They are going to be in big trouble. They've got to win at home. They've got to win games at home, and they're losing at home to Fulham. No. This is absolutely catastrophic for West Ham. They are already 4 points from safety. And they're at home to Fulham. And they're losing. They're losing. In the 86th minute. And it's Jimenez who scored. 85 minutes. Jimenez. Oh, West Ham heading back to the Championship. Arsenal are on the attack here. But the Verbruggen's got hold of it. What did I go for in that game? I went with the West Ham win. Fucking idiot. Idiot. Oh, I went for a West Ham win and Robbie went with a draw though. So Fulham winning actually might help me out. He's gone with an Everton win and I've gone with a Burnley draw. Might get a point there. We'll see. Saka. Oh, what a miss by Martinelli. That should have been it. That could be a... I tell you what, he may as well never come back to Arsenal if Brighton get an equaliser, because that's a great... This is what... Is this because Gyökeres has gone off? I mean, if you're Gyökeres, you're looking at this from Saka and you're going, why not? When I was on the pitch, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Saka. Quick ball into the box. That's what I think he should do. Should have scored. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We've got 5 minutes to go in the 3 o'clock games. And we are closing in on 445,000 subscribers. Get involved with That's Football and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome. Whoever you are, everybody's welcome here, whoever you support. And we are live again at 5:30 for Chelsea against Aston Villa. Jesus, why didn't you shoot first time, you prat? Took a touch, got blocked. Wolves have just had a big chance, apparently. They didn't score it. I repeat, they didn't score it. Wolves did not score. It is still 2-1 to Liverpool. Another substitution for Brighton. Airbus is not happy. He says, what the fuck is wrong with Liverpool? Why are they making hard work of Wolves? Oh, but you can't say anything negative about Liverpool today, apparently. Literally did say this. I don't see the vision. I don't see the performance. They're surviving on results at the moment. And I tell you what, they've got Leeds at Anfield on New Year's Day. And Leeds are better than Wolves. That could be a tougher game. I think when you're playing somebody like Wolves, though, you are in a hiding to nothing. I mean, we've got them on Tuesday. Like, if you beat them 6-0, everyone just goes, it's Wolves. If you only beat them 2-1, everyone goes, that's embarrassing. And if you do even worse than that, you may as well fire them. So, look, from Liverpool's point of view, a win is a win, isn't it? Do I want Wolves to score? Bloody hell, I want Wolves to score. I mean, I want to play in the Champions League next year. I think Liverpool should be finishing above Manchester United, but if they drop points against Wolves, then, you know, we don't have to let Liverpool... If Liverpool can't get the points, we'll hopefully get more than them. Is there going to be a late sting in the tail in any of these games? Liverpool not been able to get that third goal to kill it off. Arsenal would love the third goal to kill it off, but they'll take 2-1. Of course they will. These are points. These are big points now in the title race. I just don't think Liverpool are out of the woods yet. I've watched them a lot this season and it's just not clicking for some reason. And it's easier to click when you're playing good football. Look, I think Newcastle aren't getting results, but I do see performance. Liverpool are getting results, but I'm not seeing performance. When's that going to click? But they've got to win this game. I mean, you can't be dropping points at home to Wolves. You just can't. Saka. How long's going to be added on? That's going to be the big thing here. Brighton can't get up the pitch at the moment, but it only takes one. To be fair, Arsenal have kept the ball up in the Brighton half quite well the last few minutes. They've game managed this very, very, very well. 5 minutes added on. I think that might be at Anfield. It's 5 minutes at the Emirates. 5 minutes at the Emirates. Oh, God. I hope you didn't hear that. Don't blame me. It's the Brussels. I'm disappointed with myself there, but it is Christmas. These things happen. I hope Brighton equalise in the last minute, says Al Shamari. Merry Christmas. Burnley-Everton 0-0. West Ham are going to lose. I'm just trying to figure out how many points I'm going to get in win, lose or draw. Yep. 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 No. What's Sunderland? We both went with Sunderland. And I've gone with a draw. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I went quiet there because I was about to say something about Arsenal, that if Brighton score, I don't think Arsenal fans will ever speak to me again. I was saying that Arsenal were looking all right. There's a bit of a shout for a penalty, which I presume is at Anfield. It's not going to be a penalty, but some people are saying it should have been a penalty. It's certainly not at Brighton, but they are on the attack. Maybe could have been a free kick on the edge of the box, but the referee's played on. The game is getting quite stretched. Declan Rice running it down the right-hand side. It's a good run by Declan Rice. He cuts it back, but oh, good defending. Odegaard picks it up, keeps possession. Lovely Christmas, Tyson. I hope you had a good one as well. West Ham have lost 0-1 to Fulham. Terrible result for West Ham, that is. I think they're going to go down. You've got to win those sort of games. Absolutely terrible result for West Ham. Liverpool should get there. We're into the 4th minute of added time. Still a little bit longer to go in the Arsenal game. Still got another 3 minutes here. Jesus, he's got loads of time, but the keeper's going to get that. It's gone through the keeper. I think West Ham are in trouble. I think they are in trouble. If Leeds can pick up a win in the next couple of games, they'll start to really get downhearted. Saka, is he through? Is he through? Is he going to score? No. I think he might have been offside anyway. City are going to go on one of them 20-game unbeaten streaks that they somehow manage to do every season. I just can't see Arsenal being able to do that, says MJ. I'd be very surprised if City went and won 20 games in a row. I mean, they're a good team, City, but they don't look like that. Dunk did really well there. I think Saka should have done better, but it's a corner. It buys them a bit of time. Thanks for your super chat, MJ Studios. He was the one who said about City. Short corner. Still a minute to go. Looks like Liverpool are going to get it done against Wolves. Still not hit 5 minutes in the Arsenal game. Nearly. No twist in the tail then. I don't know what watchalongs I'm doing next week because I want to do Arsenal Villa, but it's at the same time as Man United Wolves, so I'll have to do United Wolves. Still only full time we've got is West Ham Fulham, so there could be late goals here. Doesn't really matter at Brentford because they're 3-1 up against Bournemouth. Minte, cross into the box, headed away, shoot, lays it off. Oh, you should have had a shot, you prat. Kadioglu, I think it was. You should have had a shot. It's full time. Arsenal 2, Brighton 1. Big win for Arsenal. That they needed the points. It's their 3rd win in a row by 1 goal. But it's a big win. It's a very, very big win for Arsenal, that. And they'll take solace in it. It's also over at Anfield as well. Brentford have just scored. Liverpool have won 2-1 against Wolves. Arsenal have won 2-1 against Brighton. Look, they've had something to think about today. Man City only beat Forest 2-1 as well. So Arsenal and City getting narrow wins, but getting wins. Brentford have just made it 4-1, by the way. Liverpool 3 points. I suppose that's going to be one of those wins for Liverpool where people look at it and sort of go, wow, it's a win. Of course it's a win. Shard with a hat-trick as well for Brentford. Well, he's going to be the next Mbermo, isn't he? He's going to be the next one heading out of Brentford. I mean, they've literally replaced him. Fantastic hat-trick. He'll be heading off soon. Very, very good performance from Brentford again. Burnley 0, Everton 0. So there we go. Big 3 points for Liverpool, but hardly convincing. But it's all about the 3 points, isn't it? And another loss for Wolves. Right. thanks so much, everybody, for watching. I'm going to go and get a little bit of a snack and have a drink, and I will join you for a beer at 5:30. I'm definitely having a beer tonight, or 3. So I'll be back live with you for Chelsea against Villa as we complete our treble watch along on That's Football. Thanks everyone for tuning in, all 13,000 of you, and I'll see you in half an hour. Thank you very much for watching. Speak to you in a bit.